Okay, good Friday evening, each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming. Can you all hear me okay? Brilliant. I love it when people can hear me okay on Zoom. Okay, so big welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome, Janice and Andrew. Good to have you. Kath, welcome back again. Lovely to see you as always. Claudia, Owen, and Naeem, somewhere there, I guess. Yay, fantastic. I can see a waving hand. Welcome. Welcome to Carol. Welcome to Ulrich. Mary, welcome. Welcome Sheila. Welcome Elizabeth. And welcome back Diane again. So let's begin. We're going to do a very nice lesson working on a few of the things I've been exploring with you. Well, some of you were here, some of you were not here this week, but it's great if you haven't done it before. It's great if it's something you've done one or two times, and we'll probably do it a little differently today. So let's please begin. So when you're ready, make sure you're warm, make sure you're cozy, and come rest flat on your backs. Here comes someone else. Hi Kate, welcome. Okay, so when you're ready, when you're laying flat on your backs, please close your eyes, settle right down. And simply begin to observe how you connect with the floor today. Check out how your heels rest into the floor. Notice the spaces between the ankles and the floor. And your calf muscles, how do they rest into the floor? And when you're ready, bring your attention to the spaces between the backs of your knees and the floor. And check out in what places your arms and hands connect with the floor. Yeah, Hyphen's made it. Well done, Hyphen. Good to have you. And notice the back of the head. How is the back of the head resting into the floor? The shoulder blades. What places do you feel the ribs, the backs of the ribs connect with the floor? And the pelvis. And then notice the floating ribs, the low ribs in front. Feel how the floating ribs move as you breathe. So please take lots of good quality time to breathe in and take all the time that you need to breathe out, letting everything go. And as you take your time to breathe, just notice the gentle flowing movement of these floating ribs. One thing that's, well, there's so many things that are incredibly beneficial about these lessons. Every time that you look down at your mobile phone or at a book, it affects your breathing and it affects your digestion, many things, and it puts you in a position that normally the brain associates with stress and anxiety. And a lot of these lessons, as you notice, suddenly you're standing totally upright, like by magic, and it totally transforms your posture, and with that improves how you breathe, how you digest, and everything. So it's so many benefits to these lessons. So just notice your breathing now, feel how it moves now, and also as you take your time to breathe out, feel in what places you feel suddenly you come into more contact with the floor. Maybe some limbs, bones or joints or muscles or parts of your skin suddenly seem to give more of the weight to the floor. And then when you're ready, very slowly begin to simply roll your head a little from side to side. Just a very simple, easy, gentle movement. Slowly, slowly. And even though it's a very, very easy thing to do, try and do it with less effort every time. Feel where you can relax more and more. Follow the movement through your spine, through yourself. Yeah, welcome back, Rosina. There's a couple who were here this morning who are back for more torture. Hopefully it won't be torturous. Okay, when you're ready, the next time your head finds its way back to the middle, please gently roll to one side, come to sit up. I know it's Friday night, we will be lying down later on. But let's just see how things are right now. So when you sit up, please simply just spread your legs wide apart, a very comfortable distance apart. And put your hands in front of you. And only doing what's very, very easy. Begin to slowly, slowly slide the hands forwards, allow your head to come forwards and down too, and just feel how the movement is now and where you go to with ease and comfort. And you know how you take your time to gently come back. Just repeat a few more times, very slowly. You're not trying to stretch or force anything. You just go to where it feels very, very easy. And as you do it, go into the world of awareness. Feel what's happening deep inside. What movements flow through your bones, your joints. Great. Okay, once you feel you've explored that all enough, let that go and take your hands under the backs of your knees. And very, very gently, just letting the weight of your bones move you, begin to move your head a little bit to the left and let it move you. What happens in the ribs, the pelvis, the hips and return. Just a small movement, go a little to the left and return, and begin to simply feel as you go to the left, eventually your right hip lifts up and then it comes back down, and really let your legs kind of roll and turn, only doing what's easy. Feel where you can relax more and more as you do it, and only if it feels easy, gradually let your left elbow find the floor and allow the right foot to lift. And then use the weight of your right leg to bring you back. Relax, and then try again, each time with less effort, more for you. So your job is just to really feel where you can relax more and more as you do this. Now, only if it's easy, begin to go further and let your left shoulder find the floor and your right leg lifts up in the air. And from here, don't force yourself back up. look at the left knee and gently take your nose towards the left knee as you bring the right leg back down, feeling how the weight of your bones can move you and how you roll through your bones and joints to return. You can have a rest for a moment and give your hands a rest and have another go when you feel ready. Make sure the movement is very, very smooth. As the right leg comes down, you think of your nose coming towards the left knee. You keep rolling through your bones and joints and really enjoy this fun game of playing with gravity and the weight of your bones to move you. And when it feels good for you, the next time you come onto your side, only if it's comfortable, roll gently onto your back. And from your back, very slowly, control the movement, come back onto your left side, look to your left knee, the right leg goes down, keep the head low at first, smoothly come back up. And remember your job, just to feel really where you can relax more and more and more. Feel where it can relax, where it can soften more. Breathe slowly, move slowly. Okay, wonderful. Let it go and just have a little rest in sitting for a moment. And when you feel ready, take those hands under the backs of the knees again and begin to gently explore taking the head a little to the right and gently back. And I want you to be really guided exclusively by the sensations of ease and comfort. So don't be guided by trying to achieve something or getting anywhere. Throw away the tension of trying to achieve anything. You only do what's easy. Don't worry if you don't go far. Only if it does feel easy, allow your right elbow to begin to come to the floor as your left leg floats up, and then you softly come back. Make it kind of fun, soft and gentle. Feel where your muscles can relax more. And if you feel ready, begin to guide yourself very gently all the way onto your right side. And once you're on your right side, from here, gently take your nose towards your right knee as your left leg gently comes down and you roll through your bones and joints. Enjoy the journey. Make it really light, fun and easy. Make sure there's no holding off your breath. When you come up, really enjoy feeling where you can let go more, where you can relax a little deeper. Very nice. And when you're ready, and only if you want to, only if it's easy, from your side, gently guide yourself all the way onto your back. And once you're on your back, very smoothly guide yourself back onto your right side. Look to your right knee, the left leg smoothly comes down, nose towards the right knee, and gradually let the head float up. Really make it very easy, light and soft. Always feeling where you can relax more and more as you do it. Slowly, gently. Okay, wonderful. When you feel you've explored that enough, let it go. Have a good rest flat on your backs. And when you come to rest on your back, close your eyes, settle right down. And just feel, just from these little movements you've done, if there's already maybe some small change in how you connect with yourself, how you connect with the floor. Check in again with your breathing. Take lots of good quality time to breathe in, taking all the time that you need to breathe out, letting everything go. As you exhale, what gently presses more into the floor. And when you're ready, gently bend your right leg. From here, lift your right leg up in the air and lock your fingers behind the right knee. Keeping the right leg longish but soft, and only doing what's easy without holding your breath. Begin to take the right leg gently a little to the right and return. Go very gently, gradually. Allow your shoulders and your ribs to roll with your head a little to the right too. Really feel which parts of you roll into the floor, which parts of you come a little away from the floor. And gradually, as you go further to the right, let your left leg begin to turn in too. Let your left foot turn inwards. Really just through letting go. As your leg returns and floats back up, feel how your left leg gently turns out again. Now, when you're ready, as you go to the right and the left leg turns in, let the left knee bend, look to your right knee and take your nose very gently towards the right knee to maybe come to sit up. Maybe. Don't worry if you don't, you just do what's easy. And then you bring your nose back down towards your knee. Slowly, gradually return onto your side. As you return onto your back, let your left leg lengthen straight back down again. And repeat. See if you can slow right down. Breathe slowly, move slowly. As you roll to the right, the left knee bends smoothly. Take your nose very gently towards the right knee. And take your time to gradually return back. Really doing the most easy, gentle, pleasurable movements. As soon as you feel you're pushing or trying hard, stop, come back and have another go. Wonderful. Okay, the next time you find yourself on your back, have a very good rest. Well done, everyone. And when you're ready, please lift your left leg up in the air. Lock your fingers gently behind the left knee. And begin to take your long left leg just a little to the left and return. Make it very soft. Gradually let the ribs and the pelvis roll together and feel your shoulders moving. When you're ready, begin to let the right foot turn with you, let the head roll with you, very softly. And when it feels good as you roll to your left side, allow the right knee to bend, look to your left knee, gently let your nose come towards the left knee. And very smoothly, be in no rush, slowly reverse, allowing the right leg to lengthen, easing yourself back onto your back. Each time make it lighter, softer and more pleasurable. Relaxing throughout the whole movement. And remember, you're always guided purely by sensations of ease, comfort. Don't try hard, doing just what feels very, very easy. Slowly, slowly. Good. Okay. Wonderful. The next time you find yourself on your back, have a good rest, settle down. And again, check in with your breathing. Take lots and lots of really good quality time to breathe in. And take all the time that you need to breathe out, letting everything go. And again, as you breathe out, just feel deep inside which bones or limbs or parts of you come a little closer to the floor. When you're ready, then you'll have to, I don't know how the space is where you are, you'll have to adjust the instructions as well as you can. Gently bend your legs, lift your feet up in the air, take your hands behind the backs of the knees, spread your legs a comfortable distance apart and very slowly begin to take your legs to the right, feel the ribs, the head rolling to the right. When the right leg eventually finds the floor, look to your right knee and gently, gently take the left leg down so you smoothly come up. That was good timing for me to come up. I had to let someone back in who went out by accident, and then smoothly reverse, come all the way back onto your side and onto your back. And then if space allows you, go to the left. If not, just do a few movements to the right and then change your position to go to the left. So you softly roll the left way if you can. Take your nose towards the left knee. The right leg finds the floor and be in no hurry to smoothly reverse, come back onto your side, onto your back, and really enjoy the massage you give yourself as you go very, very lightly from side to side. Slowly, gently. I love lessons like this because I can see on the screen people disappear and then they appear again. So when you see feet in the air, the feet are replaced by heads. Go very, very gently. Take your time. Slowly. Don't worry if you don't even get up. You can just roll from side to side. Really feel as much as you can where you can relax more and more and more. Okay, wonderful. Do just 2 or 3 more rounds from side to side, and when you're ready, come rest on your backs, but do 2 or 3 more. If you want to, we can do a few circles, 1 round one way and 1 round the other way. And when you're ready, just rest flat on your back, settle down, close your eyes. And check in with your breathing yet again. As you slowly breathe out, just feel what parts of you may become a little closer towards the floor. Okay, please, when you're ready, you can use what you learned to roll to one side, come to sit up and spread your legs. And take both your hands behind you. Lean back on your hands. And very slowly and gently, begin to roll your pelvis and your belly forwards. Follow the movement up the spine and let the chest lift and feel the chin comes away from the chest. And then gently breathe out, let the pelvis roll back, the belly comes in, the chest folds in, and your chin comes a little closer to your chest. And when you're ready, do it again with less effort, more feeling. Now really feel what happens through your body as you do this. As you roll forwards, check out how the backs of the ribs move away from the arms, and also notice the ears move away from the shoulders, and they come closer to the shoulders, so you're not only extending, but you're lengthening the spine as you extend it here. Try and get a sense of that. Really feel what happens between the shoulders. Give your hands a little rest for a moment. And that was a little rest. Come back onto your hands again. Gently lean a little more onto the right buttock, so the left buttock's lifted off the floor a little, or you feel less weight on it, you feel just more weight on the right buttock. And gently do the same thing. Roll the pelvis forwards, roll the pelvis backwards. Make it as smooth, as fluid as possible. Again, feel the 2 ears moving away from the shoulders as the spine really lengthens through you. Feel you're kind of massaging a line on your right buttock, forwards and backwards. Let it go, come back to the middle and do a few more movements in the middle. Feel how you're massaging these 2 lines on both the buttocks, forwards, smoothly backwards. Each time do it with less power, make it softer. and then shift your weight to the left buttock. Maybe the right buttock can lift a little or just become lighter. And do the same again. Very soft, slow, easy movements. Really feel how the spine moves through you. Good, come back to the middle and do a few more movements in the middle. Feel how again you're massaging both the buttocks like there's two lines going forwards and backwards. Feel when you get taller, when you get shorter. How the ribs change in shape. Okay, put your hands behind the knees and very gently come back onto your backs. Close your eyes, settle right down, feel any changes, differences in how you connect with yourself, how you connect with the floor. Again, as you breathe out, feel deep inside what comes a little closer towards the floor. Now, use what you learned to roll to one side, come to sit up again. You want your legs comfortable, spread apart. Lean back on your hands and very gently roll your pelvis and your belly forwards. And with that, keeping the belly forwards and the head lifted a little, the head back a little, feel how you can use the whole skeleton, shift your body to lift your left leg a little and bring it back down. And relax your pelvis again, and again you roll the pelvis forwards, the head comes back, and just feel how you can shift your weight a little to float your left leg, bring it back. And relax and do that one more time, but this time when you lift your leg, move your leg to the left, further to the left. In fact, we'll do it a few more times. Then use your whole body to bring your leg back to where it was. And repeat, you roll the pelvis forwards, look up, feel how you can shift your weight, move your left leg further to the left. Using your whole body, you bring the leg back. Okay, keep the left leg further to the left this time. And very gently take both your hands away from the floor behind you and bring them over to the outer side of the right leg. Let the left foot turn inwards a little, so the left foot's turned in, and feel how you can use your whole body to lengthen the left leg and shorten it. Just lengthen and shorten very gently. Feel what you can do with your whole self just to make the left leg a little longer and shorter. Make it very gentle, very soft. Now, when you're ready, maybe put the left hand on the left side of the ribs. As you lengthen the left leg, turn the left foot out and feel how it turns the ribs and the whole of yourself. Then turn the left foot in, time roll over the toes so your left heel lifts as you shorten the left leg. And then again you lengthen the leg, turn the foot out, feel the ribs eventually turning too. You softly roll the foot in, try and lift the heel, you roll over the toes as you shorten it. Make it as soft, as easy, as light as you can, until it becomes a very pleasant movement. Feeling deep connections with your foot and the pelvis and the whole spine. This goes very nicely with some of the morning classes we've done recently. such a nice movement. Feel deep inside how your limbs are moving. Okay, let that go. Bring your left leg a little bit back in. Give your hands a little mini rest. And when you're ready, lean back on your hands yet again. Gently roll your pelvis and your belly forward so your head comes back. And with that, lift your right leg a little and put it down. And repeat, you roll forwards, let your head back. Shift your weight to lift the right leg, put it down. Use your whole body, feel like now really shift your body. Very nice. The next time you roll forwards and lift the leg, begin to explore moving the leg further to the right. Nowhere crazy, just where it's easy. And then use your whole self to lightly bring the leg back. The fun is just balancing and feeling how you can play with gravity and the weight of your bones to make it much easier. The next time the leg goes further out to the side, just take your hands away from the floor behind you and very gently take your hands to the floor by the outside of your left leg. And you should feel the right foot turned inwards and find a way to lengthen the right leg a little and shorten it. Just don't do sudden jerky movements, just what's super gentle and soft for you. Now when you're ready, put the right hand on the right side of the rib cage, and as you lengthen the right leg, turn the right foot outwards, feel the ribs and the spine twisting, and then turn the foot inwards, roll over the toes, feel the heel lifting. And repeat, go very, very softly, only doing what's very easy for you. Just feel how this gentle turning of the foot as the foot and leg lengthens, how it turns your whole body. Feel deep into the ribs. Very nice. I've always loved this movement. Make it simpler, lighter, softer. Okay, wonderful. Let it all go. Maybe hold your knees. Find an easy way to come back gently onto your back. Stretch out. Have a very, very good rest. And now the feelings and sensations from what you've been doing to really wash through you and flow through you. What do you feel is different? Check in with your breathing. Again, as you exhale, feel what comes a little closer to the floor. Okay, maybe use what you learned to come to softly come up again, gently and softly. Spread your legs a comfortable distance apart. Lean back on your hands. Very gently, do what we did before at the beginning with this. Roll the pelvis and the belly forwards. Feel the spine erecting and flowing upwards and the head floating up and back. And release. Let the pelvis back, the chest folds in. Go really gently. Feel how you're lengthening the spine as it extends. Feel how the movement goes over both your buttocks, forwards and backwards. So good for your back to extend while the spine is really lengthening. Okay, wonderful. Now, put your hands not behind you, but kind of next to you, beside you. And very gently, don't try and stretch and force things, just go with wherever you go to easily. As you breathe out, begin to lower your head forwards and down, your chest folds in, feel your pelvis tilting, maybe your tailbone begins to lift a little. Take your time, you just go to where it feels easy. And very, very slowly float your head back up. Imagine you're like a baby, you know how they've got those big heads and the weight of the head kind of moves the whole body. Pretend you've got your baby head back again just for a minute. Go very gently and feel as you lower the head down, the massage on your buttocks. Those two lines go forwards as your head drops down. Just using the weight of your head. Don't force anything. Slowly, gently, just doing what's very, very easy. Very nice. Think of that massage on the two buttocks, going a little forwards, backwards. Ah, lovely. Okay, put your baby head back in the cupboard and find an easy way to come back onto your backs. Close your eyes, settle right down. Be with the feelings and sensations from the movement you've just done again. How is your breath moving you now? Now you'll be happy to hear we can stay on our backs. Please bring your forearms together in front of your face so the elbows and the little finger side of the hands are touching. And keeping the arms kind of parallel with the floor, so don't think of touching the floor with your fingers or anything. Begin to move your elbows up not to the ceiling, but up away from your feet. Very softly. And very, very softly return. Really just doing what feels very, very easy. Try and imagine what's happening deep in the shoulder blades, the shoulder joints. Can you feel the pressure changing a little on the shoulder blades as you do this? Okay, let it go. Put your arms down, rest for a moment. Clearly feeling all the different places where the floor supports you. Now bend your right leg, so your right foot stands on the floor, and again bring both your arms in front of you. Look at your hands. The elbows and the little finger side of the hands are together. Very lightly and softly, as you lift the elbows away from the feet, follow the hands with your eyes and begin to take the arms up as your pelvis rolls to the left a little. And take your time to very gradually return back. And I want you to clearly feel all the different places where you connect with the floor, where you come away from the floor. Begin to feel how the spine moves inside you. If you think you may get tired, put your arms down, have a little rest, and then do it again with much less effort. Keep the eyes soft. Take your time, really slow right down, and enjoy how your spine is moving, how the ribs are moving. Gradually let your chest become softer, the spine become softer. Slowly, slowly. You can stop in different places and just hang out. Enjoy the shapes you can make and begin to come back, then go the other way, change direction. Okay, let it all go, stretch out, have a very good rest. Well done. Just feel deep inside where you feel these movements you've just done. Please bend your left leg so your left foot stands on the floor. Bring both your arms in front of you. Look at the hands softly. And begin to gently lift the arms up. And as you lift them up, let your body begin to roll to the right. Follow the hands gently with your eyes. And be in no hurry to smoothly, gradually return back. Each time really doing much, much less. It's quite fun as you go onto your side and take the hands up, feel how your spine is kind of moving and changing in shape. You can begin to come back, feel what happens, then the tailbone, and go and extend a little more, and you can just be on your side doing little tiny micro movements and bigger movements. Really get to know your spine and back. Make sure the whole time your breathing is nice and calm. Where can you relax even more? Okay, let it go. Carefully stretch out. Have a very good rest. Again, check out where you feel these movements you've just been exploring deep in yourself. And when you're ready, find a nice, easy way to come to sit up again. And again, lean back on the hands, just like before. Very slowly and softly, again, roll the pelvis forwards, feel your back extending, the spine lengthens, the head goes back and up, and smoothly let it all go. Go very gently, so you're really transforming this whole area of the shoulders and the neck with the whole of yourself. Not just that, there's a lot of other places benefiting. Feel how your chest expands and rolls back in, how the backs of the ribs move away from the arms and towards the arms. Okay, let that go and bring your arms just in front of you. And with the legs spread out still, bring the elbows and forearms like this. If you want to, you can sit on a pillow. If you feel it's difficult to sit like this, you can sit on a pillow. It will give you a little more movement, so I do recommend that. Look at your hands and very gently follow the hands diagonally forwards and up. Let the weight shift forwards on your bottom and then let the hands return back again. And round your back a little. Then you float the hands forwards diagonally and up and return. But really find movement in the spine. And your buttocks, feel massaging forwards as the hands lift up and backwards as the hands come down. Feel little movements flowing into your legs. Maybe let the legs turn with you. And only go to places where it's easy. Okay, bye Rosina, good to see you again. Back in the routine, well done. Have a good weekend, take care. Okay, and when you're ready, let it go. Come rest on your backs again. Find an easy way to come down. And now we're going to revisit a little bit of my favourite lesson of the week, which will help us with what we've been doing here. Just settle down first for a moment. And when you're ready, please bend both your legs so your feet stand on the floor. And very slowly and softly, begin to float your right hip up, really slowly. Maybe breathe out as you begin to float it up. And then allow the right hip to really slowly settle back down. Relax, and then do it again with less effort, more feeling. Each time, simply making the movement even softer. And enjoy feeling where the hip how it can float up, what happens when it floats up, what happens in your spine, the different joints of the spine. You can play with it, you can float it up to mobilize certain joints of the spine, then sink it down to unwind them and float them back down again. Really feel a clear connection with the right hip and the spine. Once you can feel that, you can have a go at moving the hip from the spine. Or you can come back to simply floating the hip up, sinking it down, and feel, if you go that far, you don't have to, what ribs move, which ribs roll and massage into the floor, kind of expanding into the floor, which ribs float up, Once you can clearly feel that, you can have a go at floating the hip up and sinking it down by really mobilizing the ribs. Smoothly give your ribs the most yummy massage. Or you can just simply roll your pelvis to the left. Or you can lean the right foot into the floor. Or you can roll your pelvis to the left and diagonally and up and play with different angles. Connect with the foot, the forces from the ground. There's many combinations to explore here. And then when you're ready, make the movement much smaller, like tiny, like super tiny. You still feel those connections through you, and begin to make it, without being in a hurry, super fast. So it becomes like a tremor, and feel all those parts of you involved with the movement. Every now and then you can stop, relax, then do it again. The smaller it is, the faster, so keep it very small. You feel all those parts of you getting more involved with the movement. Rest when you want to, then have another go. Really go very fast, but without being in a hurry. If you get a little confused, it means you're probably gone in a hurry, but that's fine. You learn and discover yourself. It's all good. Let it all go. Open your knees, stretch out your legs. Have a very good rest. Again, as you take your time to breathe out, feel what parts of you come closer to the floor. Maybe those bits of you that come closer to the floor suddenly pushes through you. So you've got this amazing relationship with gravity, your breathing and ground forces going on, encouraging yourself to breathe more fully. Increasing your lung capacity with the simple forces of nature, which is so crucial because every cell in your body depends on your breathing. Now, when you're ready, bend your legs again, so your feet stand on the floor, and very slowly begin to float up your left hip. Maybe do it with an exhalation. And very gradually let it sink down. And again, just feel where you can relax more and more. You can observe again clearly how you can begin to mobilize individual joints of the spine. You can begin to float up, sink down, mobilizing the spine in all sorts of wonderful ways with your hip. You can have a go moving the hip from the spine or from different joints of the spine. And you can again just do the movement from the hip and feel what happens deep in the ribs or the pelvis. Depends how you float it up, of course, or you can use your left foot and just play with where the movement can come from. Enjoy how the ribs move around the shoulders and deep in the chest. And then when you're ready, make the movement much, much smaller, like tiny, and begin to make it much faster so it becomes a bit like a tremor. See how you can make it really small and very, very fast. And don't get tired. Stop from time to time and have another go. You can start slow and make it gradually faster and faster. Can you breathe calmly while going quickly? And feel more of your whole self being involved with the movement. Make it even smaller, faster. So it's really just like a tremor. Okay, let it all go. Open your knees, stretch out, have a very good rest. Feel how you sense the length of both the legs. How the legs come out of the hips. Feel the length of the spine. How is your breathing now? If you have more space to breathe into, you empty your lungs better, suddenly maybe your diaphragm's improving. Like I said before, that funny position when we're sitting or standing on a computer or a phone, it affects how your diaphragm works. It doesn't work properly or how it should do. And all these lessons certainly transform the movement of your diaphragm, the intercostal muscles between the ribs, and we breathe much better. Now bend both your legs against your feet stand. Have the palms of the hands facing down to the floor. Very slowly, as you breathe out, begin to lift the right shoulder, float it. But the elbow stays on the floor, and then let the shoulder sink down. When you're ready, you float it up again and really enjoy how you can again use your shoulder to get deep into the spine. But you can work different parts of the spine now. Feel which joints in the middle spine begin to rotate with you. When you're ready, make the movement much smaller and much faster. And really let the spine and the ribs be involved, let the movement flow through you. Don't get tired, rest when you want to. Don't worry if you lose it or you hurry sometimes. I was explaining when I taught the lesson earlier this week, when I first did it, I didn't like this lesson. I got really confused and I was hurrying and losing it. But after that, it becomes so fun, and I want you to really get much fun out of it. Now stop for a moment and very quickly, small movements, roll your head a tiny bit to the left and back, really fast. Again, like it's a timer. And then let your shoulder join in. Your shoulder lifts and your head rolls to the left. Small, tiny, fast movements. Feel the spine. Then keep the head in the middle, just do the shoulder, very fast, very small. Stop for a moment and then do tiny movements, roll the head a little to the right and back to the middle. And when the head rolls to the right, lift the shoulder. Small, tiny, fast movements, don't make it big. Okay, let that go, just rest as you are. When you feel ready, as you breathe out, float your left shoulder up. And then let it sink down. And when you're ready, repeat. Begin to feel how you can mobilize the ribs. Feel the ribs on the left side floating up. How you can mobilize different joints of the spine in different ways. You can begin to sink down and float up again. Take your time, really get to know yourself. Then when you're ready, make the movement tiny and very, very fast. And rest when you want to, then have another go. So it's like a tremor, make it really fast. Stop, And then do tiny fast movements. Roll the head to the right and back. When you're ready, as the head quickly goes to the right, lift the left shoulder. As if the left shoulder rolls your head for you. And feel what happens in the ribs, the spine, the rest of yourself. Rest when you need to, then have another go. Then keep the head in the middle and just move the shoulders super fast, small and fast. Stop, pause, and roll your head tiny bit to the left and back to the middle. Small and fast again. And whenever the head rolls to the left, lift your left shoulder. Rest when you need to, then have another go. And just laugh at yourself if you do get a little confused. Okay, let it go, stretch out, have a super good rest. Notice where you feel these movements. How is your breathing now? And when you're ready, please bend both your legs, so both feet stand on the floor. Lift the fronts of the feet up away from the floor, so just the heels are on the floor, and just lift your pelvis a tiny bit and put it down very softly. Maybe breathe out as you lift it, just a little movement. Every now and then put your feet down, have a rest, and then again you lift the fronts of the feet, the heels stay on the floor, and you just lift the pelvis a tiny bit, put it down. Feel what else moves through you. Use the heels to help you. And then when you're ready, make the movement really tiny and super fast. Again, like it's a tremor, so your pelvis barely lifts away from the floor. And every now and then you can stop, have a rest, put your feet down, and then again lift the fronts of the feet, the heels stay on the floor. You use your heels and your whole self to do tiny, tiny, micro, super fast movements. Breathing as you do it, take your time breathing. Rest from time to time, then have another go. Keep it really tiny and fast. Okay. Let it all go. Stretch out, have a very good rest, settle down. Feel how the floor supports you and the changes deep within yourself. Oh, Mary, yes. 3 have gone. No, not Mary as well. It's always nice to see you. No worries, Mary. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for coming. You're the last survivors of the class. 3 have had to leave a bit early. Okay, to settle down, check in with your breathing. And when you're ready, bend your right leg, put the right foot standing on the floor. I like this one. Very gently again, float up the right hip. As the right hip comes down, float up the left shoulder. And as the left shoulder comes down, you float up the right hip. Then as the hip comes down, the shoulder floats up. I really enjoy it. Make it light, soft and easy. Your head can do whatever it wants to do. Just think of the hip lifting. Then the hip comes down. As the hip comes down, the shoulder lifts. As the shoulder comes down, the hip lifts. Enjoy how the spine's really moving through you. So good for the back. Okay, now bend your left leg. Do the same thing, both feet standing. You lift the hip. As the hip comes down, the shoulder lifts. Okay, pause. Now, keep it small. You won't be able to do it big anyway. It may even be tiny or at the very beginning, and really don't worry how good or not good you think you do it. You just do it and as best as you can. Very gently lift the left shoulder and the right hip at the same time and put them down. Just the tiniest bit. And when you feel you can feel how to do it, make it even smaller and faster. So it could be a tiny, tiny movement. See how fast you can go. Let that go. Stretch out your right leg and begin to float your left hip up. As the left hip comes down, the right shoulder floats up. As shoulder comes down, the hip floats up. Make it a really nice, soothing movement. Again, really enjoying how the spine is moving through you. With minimum effort. Okay, now bend your right leg, do the same thing, carry on. Pause for a moment, and when you're ready, do the tiniest movement. Lift the right shoulder and the left hip and come down. Even if it's the very beginning of the movement. And then see if you can begin to make it smaller and faster. Let it go, stretch out, have a good rest. Feel how you spread out into the floor. And when you're ready, breathe out, lift both the shoulders away from the floor and let them down slowly, slowly, with the legs long. Feel what happens in the chest. Don't get tired, rest when you want to. And then begin to explore making it faster. To make it faster, it's important it's very small. If it's big, it'll be hard to go fast. So make it tiny, increase the speed, then relax, and then stop for a moment to make it faster the next time. Okay, let that go, relax. Feel how you breathe. Now bend both your legs again. Stand the heels on the floor, but the fronts of the feet are lifted. Very, very slowly, as you breathe out, lift the pelvis and lift the shoulders. And come down just a little. Go very slowly for now, Just feel what happens with your back, what parts of your back come into the floor, come away from the floor. And when the movement's very clear and you feel how it spreads through you, begin to make it tiny and very fast. So your pelvis barely lifts off the floor. You can always rest and have another go. Don't forget the shoulders. It's a little coordination challenge. You may find one goes faster than the other, but that's good if you get confused. Let it all go, stretch out and rest. There's just one or two more little things to do. Now, with the legs long, interlink your fingers behind the back of your head. Bring your elbows closer together and very gently breathe out. Lift the head a little as if you wanted to see your feet. Breathe in, come down, open the elbows. Then have another go when you're ready. Now, when you're ready, before you do the movement, or at the same time, I should say, bend your feet towards your face as you lift the head. And then relax the feet, the head comes down, then have another go. Until you can feel how the feet connect with the pelvis and the whole spine and the head. And it becomes one fluid movement, like you're breathing with your whole self. Let the ankles soften more. And then when you're ready, make it smaller and faster so you can keep the elbows closer together. And really feel how the feet can help. Now bend your knees just a little. Don't bend your knees too much, just the tiniest bit. So the knees are slightly bent. And continue to bend your feet towards your head as you lift the head and let it go. The head comes down. And make it smaller and faster. Until you can really feel how the feet connect through your entire self right up to the head. And really enjoy how your back can become softer here. So your legs are not bent very much. Your legs are just slightly bent. Some of you could make your legs a little longer. And just go at a pace where you feel it's easy at first. Don't worry about going fast at first. And only when it feels good, feel how you can use your feet. The bending of the feet towards your face, you lift the head. And as it becomes clearer, make it easier and faster. Great, let it go. And then when you're ready, find a nice easy way to roll to one side, come to sit up. Spread your legs a comfortable distance apart. Lean back on your hands again. Just a few more times, roll the pelvis forwards, feel the chest lifting, the head goes back and up, and let it go. And just feel how smooth the movement is now, how smoothly the spine is moving through you, how your chest changes in shape. Feel what the shoulder blades are doing. Now let that go. Put your hands back in front of you And think of letting go of the weight of your head. Let the weight shift forwards on your bottom as you slide the hands forwards. And softly return and see maybe if you can reach a little further forwards. Or if there's something a little more coordinated about the movement. Slow, you can feel maybe the massage on your buttocks a little more clearly. Let it go. Come to gently stand up. And when you stand up, simply just look straight ahead. Let your arms rest beside you and notice how tall you feel. Notice the length of the legs, the length of the spine, the length of the arms. Does your chest feel a different shape? Move your shoulders. How do your shoulders blades move on the backs of the ribs? Lift one arm. Does it feel much lighter? Lift the other arm. Does that feel lighter? Lift both your arms. Have a little cheer. Celebrate the new lightness in your shoulders. So you're not carrying the weight of the world on them anymore. And walk around. See how walking feels. What do your hips do? How are your feet connecting with the floor? Do your arms have a little more swing in them? Do you feel your head is more in line with the pelvis? It's not so far forwards. You know, that posture you have when you're on your phone, which causes all sorts of problems to your breathing and much, much more. I hope you had fun today. It's a very interesting, lovely lesson to explore, and there's lots of funny lessons that I'm going to be doing with you soon as well. I've got some news, by the way. Classes are going to carry on as usual, but I've just booked myself to go to Nepal for 2 weeks. I'm going to meet my wife and come back with her in February, but I'm going to carry on. I've got these fancy speakers now because there was some background noise in Nepal last time, so I couldn't hear very well. And this at the moment isn't plugged into the computer, it's plugged into like some fancy phone I've got now, which has got a really fancy camera, so I'll be able to record, well, to produce very good quality lessons. So the lessons will carry on. It's just going to be a little bit late. The evening classes may be super chilled because it's going to be like just before, I think 11:30ish or something there. And I know I feel guilty flying, but I'm always one of those people who IFAN in fact taught me about it. You can offset your carbon. You pay a little bit more, and some companies plant trees, which is very good. It makes a little difference. The best thing is not to fly, of course, anywhere, but it makes a little difference.
When are you going, Dan?
I'm going on Friday. No, Friday is Saturday, next Saturday. Not this Saturday, so next week is as usual.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I was just discussing this with Claudia a day or two ago. And I can't believe I've actually done it.
It's very good. Look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, you'll be able to do classes with me in Nepal this time.
Wonderful.
Because I'm going to want to do loads, especially after the flight. So I'm going to be there Monday evening, even if I'm half asleep. Desperate to get on the floor with you people. Okay, anyway, thank you for coming. I hope you all enjoyed this evening's lesson. So,
Very difficult.
okay, interesting feedback. Great session, enjoyed it. Difficult, but interesting. Difficult. Sorry, Claudia, what was that?
I said a bit of a mix. Some really nice sensations, some difficulties.
Some challenging ones. Those of you who've done it, who's here? Diane's maybe did a few lessons with me. One or two of you would have done a bit of that lesson with me, and you would have probably, if you don't mind, Diane, typing in the comments, or you can speak. If you felt it gets easier. Those quick movements, when I first did it, I explained in the class that the first time I was all over the place. I was like, what is this lesson? What is with this lesson? What on earth is going on? But it does get much, much, much easier, and it makes more and more sense. Anyway, and I'm sure those of you who've done it with me before can vouch for that. But the benefits are really immense, with or without the confusion and this. You should keep it. It's quite. I'm going to keep mine, otherwise I can't. Oh, I've got a fancy one now. Yeah, I'll use it for lessons for in Nepal, that's for sure. But yeah, be careful of them because they do really affect your breathing and lots of things. They're quite dangerous. They're useful, but they can be quite dangerous to our well-being as well. So be wary of them. Anyway, lots of love, everyone. Thank you for coming. Much love, everyone. See you next week, and hopefully the following week I'll see you in Nepal. If I'm still here, that funny test has gone wrong, basically. If I'm still here. But I'll still be teaching anyway, wherever I am in the world. So not to worry. Lots of love, everyone. Take care. You too. Enjoy, everyone.